That be the jar of names. It's a jar full of names, actually. If you didn't know. Anyway, let's pick a name. Still the jar of names of people that haven't been called out in a video because of different things that have happened. Right. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Nick Pro or Nicholas Prodromidis. I haven't said that in a while. There we are, Nick Pro. This video's for you. Anyway, welcome to a Cup of Tea podcast. This is the cup of tea. And this is the podcast. Okay, so what do we talk about? Let's go to first the skip thing. Might not be on this episode because I can't find my book. It seems to have disappeared where I write down everything. So might be on this one, it might not be, even though I'm a bit behind anyway, so they're not on most of them anyhow. But if you want to skip ahead, you can try and look for my comment if it's there. You can skip ahead to this week's update. It's a very small one. This week's topic, yes, okay. This week's Q&A, which is riddles. This week's goals, big fail. And this week's anime club. I'm bringing it back, baby. Okay, update. So, I'm behind, sort of. Videos are coming out sort of on time. There was a bit of problems on the weekend where I had to get... basically, they were just pushed forward a day. Like, was it a day or was it 2 days? No, it was 2 days. Yeah, because Thursday I missed and Friday I missed, so then that changed to Saturday and Sunday, which means the extra Beyond Good and Evil episode will come out on this Tuesday, and then the extra one, which will be pushed forward, which will be the one that was supposed to be out on Thursday this week, will now be out on Saturday this week, assuming everything goes right, which I'm going to hopefully try and get hold of, because I want to get these stuff done. But yeah, I'm sort of behind. I need to do updates and video thumbnails and details and stuff, so hopefully we'll get on top of that. But yeah, behind, sorry. It's getting a regular occurrence. I just need I think we'll get half term still, so I'll be able to catch up then, which would be quite good, but I think that's in 3 weeks' time. Maybe 4. 2, I mean. No, 3 weeks, I think. I don't know when. I'll let you know when I know. This week's topic, we're going to talk about video names. So, today, Monday, the 28th, we have a podcast. We have a Harvest Moon episode as well called Popeye. And it's not Pop-Eye, as in like a, where's me spinach? Not that Popeye. This is the ship name for Potpourri and Kai. Is my microphone okay? It's sort of tilted. It does seem to pick it up. Right, if I move it this way, though, whoop, I bet it goes very loud. I'm not sure. I'll have to listen to this later back then. Yeah, but it's the ship name of Potpourri and Kai, so you can imagine what type of events we get in that episode. I'll give you a hint, it's not marriage. Anyway, Tuesday we have the extra episode from last week. It's called Tin Man. It's Beyond Good and Evil. You can probably guess what happens in that, especially if you saw the last one, Pork Shortage. You can probably guess roughly what's going to happen. But yeah, but that was the extra one from last week. It was supposed to be out on Saturday, but obviously I'm just pushing it forward to this week, and then we'll obviously have the extra one this weekend if everything goes according to plan. This Wednesday we have Harvest Moon. It's called Gold Cow, Baby Sheep. You can probably guess there's something to do with the golden cow, and there's something to do with the baby sheep as well. I know a baby sheep is a lamb, but in terms of this, I wanted to call it baby sheep because gold cow, lamb doesn't sound right. But gold cow, baby sheep, it's repetitive of the two words. Thursday, we have the first episode of new episodes, not from last week, if that makes sense, of Beyond Good and Evil. It's stolen merchandise. Notice no more pig puns. That is because of a reason that happens in the game. Friday, we have Harvest Moon. It's called Cheese Grommet, which I just recorded today. And then Saturday, assuming everything goes according to plan, we have the last episode of Beyond Good and Evil this week. It's either going to be called Moby Dick or The White Whale. Obviously both references to the same thing, which we'll play around with and see which one we choose. It's mainly to do with what animals we take pictures of, that episode. That's why it's called that, but that's about it. Right, okay. And then Book Club, we have, I'm reading Sharpe's Fortress. It's getting very close to the end. They've just got into the inner fortress of Gawilingger. I haven't got my book on me now, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Gawinger or something. It's a fortress that they're in. It's what the story's about. Sharpe's Fortress. They're in a fortress. Okay, good. What's next? Is the community? It is. Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. We have Max Ravage, Horia, Dragonlord55511, Dejan Petkovic, and Trinity Gamer. So thank you for commenting. If you want to get into the jar of names, I think at the beginning of this episode, go and comment on Cup of Adventure videos. They're a bit behind on there at the moment, but you can go over there and comment. And that's how you get in the jar of names. Or if you want to get in this week and mention Monday, just comment on any of the videos on any of my channels and I'll put you in. And then we've got Q&A. It's the next on my list. Yes, it is. We have 2 riddles this week. We have Dragonlord55511 says, "Hello, sir, JDTwoSixTwo. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question. If you were invited to Buckingham Palace, what would be the first thing you would say to the Queen?" I could go really meta here. Well, not meta. I always say that, meta. It's not meta. I can go really technical here and say, technically, the Queen does not always reside at Buckingham Palace. She tends to live in Balmoral, which is in Scotland. That's where she likes to live the most. So technically, she might not be there. But in terms of your question, I would assume she's there. A little bit of topic for you, information for you. Yes. What would I say to the Queen? I've got to go for some sort of Game of Thrones quote. What could I say? I don't know. Some sort of Game of Thrones quote, but I'm not sure what. Probably like, "Where are my dragons?" or "You know nothing, Jon Snow." I don't know. But yeah, something along those lines. She has actually visited the set of Game of Thrones because it's like a big Irish sort of landmarky type thing. So she visited that because she's part of Northern Ireland and that sort of stuff. They asked her to sit on the Iron Throne and she said, "No, I will not be doing that." I thought it would be amazing if she sat on the Iron Throne. How amazing would it be? And apparently it's really, not logical, like some law against it because she's not allowed to sit on any other throne other than themselves, even if it's a make-believe throne. Wow, that question got a really serious answer. I'm sorry, Lord of Dragons. And then the riddle is, what demands an answer but asks no questions? Hint is an electrical device when you use to call, leave messages, and sometimes text on their portable ones. It's a phone. I got that when I read the hint. Ha! And then Horia says, our riddle for this week, it's a bit late, but couldn't come up with one earlier. Who makes it has no need for it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it can neither see nor feel it. What is it? So who makes it has no need for it. It's a quite unusual riddle because I'm trying to work out. So it says who makes it, and that obviously makes you think that's the question, like who makes it. But I assume like if you go really sort of grammatically correct, it will be whom makes it has no need for it. Whom buys it, it has no use, but has no use for it. Maybe who uses it can neither see nor feel it. What is it? What is it? Who makes it? So this is a tricky question. I'm sure the riddle's supposed to be written like this. Like, I don't, what's the word? Think it's anything to do with the way it's been written. I think it's supposed to be written like this, but I can't work out who it is. What it is? See, I go for there. I go for who it is. I want to say electricity because that seems like what the answer could be, but I can't quite understand who makes it. So someone makes it, but they have no need for it. Who buys it? Who buys it? You don't buy it. You buy electricity, but you do have a use for it. I have no idea. At a glance, I'm going to say electricity, but I know it's not that. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. I'll have to let Horia tell me what that is because I would like to know. Anyway, what do we got next? Subscribers. We have gone up to 1,079. That's a plus of 1. We have 2 subscribers though. One of them which is resubscribed. Maybe they just clicked unsubscribe and subscribe again. That's why it doesn't really show up in the numbers. But we have Charles Sierra. The other person was somebody else who has subscribed before, but that one's the new one. Charles Sierra. How do I know? Because I have a list of all your names. Okay, this week's comment. This week's comment goes to someone who did not like not being the winner last week. It is Horia, who says, Call of Duty Tomato Warfare. When I was playing Harvest Moon, there was a quote, and I wanted to pick that quote because I know it was a good quote from one of you guys about what the Tomato Festival was about. And I couldn't remember what it was, and as soon as that video went up, Horia did it. He said what it was. So next year, when we do the Tomato Festival, I'm going to try and do that because I was trying to do it this time and I didn't know what it was. But yes, thank you, Horia. That is what it is. I've written it down in my book now, so hopefully I'll remember to read it next year. When I say next year, it'll probably be in like 2 months or 3 months. We're going quite quickly fast through Harvest Moon, which is good. What's after that? It is birthdays. No birthdays this week, but you have a birthday, let me know what it is. Sorry, I talk too fast. I forget to drink. Swallow? Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah, tell me when your birthday is. Question. This week's question, I forget what it was. Can I have a look on my list? Oh yes, it was who was your favourite, Paige or Double H? No one answered. My favourite, I think it has to be Paige. I like Double H, but I think as a character, Paige is the best. Like, he's the pig grease monkey. Awesome. Okay, and then this week's question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Mine, I will reveal to you next week, because this is a good question. Loads of people should like this one. Goals, right, okay, goals, alright. Goals. Last week's were to get above water and to make playlists. I completely forgot about playlists, so I apologise for that much. And then everything else sort of get above water. I have not. I sort of stayed sort of online. I was a little bit behind, but I still stayed online. So yeah, this week's goal. There was a big fail last week then, but this week's goal, I'm not sure. I want to say get above water, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a good one because it might not happen. So I want to do something I can physically do instead of just get above water. Something I can physically do. I'm going to do something where I'm going to say I want to try and edit the videos ahead of time. I could do one the night before, and that seems to work quite well. But I want to try and do that differently. I want to try and do like 2 the night before. Like try and get sort of a backlog of edited videos. So it's not instead of the day before, it's 2 days before. That's what we're going to do. That's my goal. Yeah, that seems like a good one. I could do that. I can do that. Right now, Anime Club. Oh, I started watching a new anime. It's not one that you've suggested, any of you guys. I'm sorry about that. It's something else. It's called Fairy Tale. It's. I think someone said it's called. It's like trash, but it's like one of those things that you like watching because it's trash sort of thing. I actually like it though. I really enjoy it. It's what episode am I on? It's on YouTube actually. Someone's uploaded it. I'm on 37, somewhere between there, probably about 39. It's really good. I like the sort of story arcs they do where sort of like 5 or 6 or 7 or so episodes are related to one story arc, and then they sort of finish it off. They go on to another story one straight after, but that's like starts off small and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I like that side. The characters, I quite like. I think I do think I like the characters. It's not like the best part of the game, the other game of the anime. I don't actually know what. I think the best part of it is the stories. The story is the best part of this anime, like hands down. Yes, magic as well. I think is quite good. I'm not happy with the way the star signs are. Because like you can summon, so that's like a celestial wizard. They can summon people from above the stars, and they summon the star signs. I'm not too proud of how they are represented. Like Cancer is a hairdresser, which I'm not a big fan of, but I can understand why they did it because it's like the anime sort of side. I prefer like a giant crab would have been better, or like the cow is a giant cow, but it's like a pervy giant cow, and I'll prefer a bull because it's a bull, not a cow. But ugh. Details. What am I going to do? But yeah, that's that. I think that's it for this episode as well, isn't it? It is. Did I say it was called Fairy Tale? I forget. Right, that's it then, yeah. Obviously no hints because a couple of adventures are still behind. That will get caught up soon eventually, but I don't know when. I'm going to have to finish my cup of tea now then. And time for what film? That critter needs help.